What's up guys, Rolf here, and today I have a brand new Titanfall video, and most importantly a video explaining everything that went down during the EA press conference last night in E3 in Los Angeles. So of course E3 is a massive gaming event where publishers and new game developers talk about their new content and games that they're going to be bringing out within the coming years. Which is a really fun event for all us gamers who love to see new content, new games being released, just because we want to buy the new games and play them, whilst most of the old games are getting boring to play and repetitive. They announced a whole bunch of new titles last night, those being FIFA 17, Madden 17, and probably most importantly Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty, and Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2, sorry, not Call of Duty. Anyway, they announced those two titles, and those for me are the most important ones that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So of course, Battlefield 1 looks absolutely amazing to the eye. The graphics look outstanding, by far the best gaming graphics we've seen to date, I imagine, in a first-person shooter. And Titanfall 2 is the game that I'm really going to be focusing with in today's video. So, of course, Titanfall 1 when it first came out was absolutely massive. The hype around the game was unbelievable, just because it was being made by Respawn Development. Respawn Development are a development team who are made up from COD 4 employees from Activision. They all got fired one year, I'm not too sure why, but then they all went off to create this development team called Respawn Development, which is really cool, and that is why everyone got so hyped about the game, just because everyone thought COD 4 was the best Call of Duty to date, and the game that really sort of did kickstart the Call of Duty series. With the news that Respawn Development were making Titanfall 1, everyone was so excited for the game to drop, because they thought it was going to be the COD killer and the best first-person shooter out there. However, as the game came out, people realised that the game really didn't feel all that great. The game sort of felt unfinished and not really nothing too special. It was sort of just another first person shooter that we could play, and after sort of an hour or two of playing the game, it sort of got a bit repetitive and boring, as it still does today. However, with Titanfall 2 coming out, I really do believe they can make something special with the game. Of course, they've had a couple of years now, I believe, to sort of go through the game and make sure it is what they want to publish and what it is, and that it is going to be an absolutely amazing first person shooter. And of course, they wouldn't create a game that isn't going to be trying to get that title of being the best first-person shooter out there. Of course, they've got some absolutely massive games to compete with, such as Call of Duty and Battlefield. More likely Battlefield this year, as Call of Duty's new title really doesn't look that fun, and everyone really doesn't like the whole boots off the ground sort of combat system in Call of Duty, as that isn't what the game was when it first came out, and that's not what people want it to be today. However, when they were talking about Titanfall 2 last night, the most sort of recognised piece of information was that campaign mode is going to be coming to Titanfall 2. Titanfall 1 didn't have a campaign mode, they just strived off multiplayer, and really, I thought that was going to be a good idea, and so did most people in the community. They thought they were going to be able to spend the whole development cycle just spending time on multiplayer, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Of course, for someone who loves to play single player, not me myself, but a lot of people do enjoy playing single player campaigns, seeing as they are just fun to play, relax and chill out, and just have a gaming session of playing the campaign story without having to play intensely online. Of course, with there being no campaign mode, people didn't have that option to play campaign. The only game mode there was to play was multiplayer, and that it really wasn't a thing that people seemed to enjoy, I don't think, and also people just wanted there to be a single player campaign mode within Titanfall 2, which they've now got, which is really cool. Another thing for me that sort of made the game a bit boring and repetitive was the grunts. Of course, grunts and spectres, as was just in front of me there, are pilots that are controlled by AI, so they're not controlled by a normal human being, someone playing on their Xbox. They're controlled by the computer code, which seemed like it was going to be a really good idea. However, with those being so easy to kill, as I'll show you now, hopefully, and don't get killed. Yeah, with these being so easy to kill, it just got a bit repetitive and boring. As you'll see here, look, they're so blind and stupid. You can just run around, and then there was a real pilot that came up behind me there. So with these all being introduced into the game really didn't really didn't appeal to that many people and sort of became repetitive and boring, as I continue to say with everything that Titanfall 1 brought to the game. However, if they do really put everything into the game and test it loads and loads, I'm sure they can make an absolutely amazing first-person shooter and make the game to the best of its ability. I really don't think Titanfall 2 is going to do that much damage to any first-person shooter franchise that has already come out. I just believe it's going to be the same as Titanfall 1. The game will be really fun to play in the first couple of weeks, and then it's just going to die down. Not a lot of people are going to play the game, and yeah, I just can't see it being that great of a game this year either. However, Respawn Entertainment did just announce that they're going to be doing free DLC and game modes for the game, which sort of makes it a bit more interesting to play and will spice up the content more as more content comes out throughout the year and keeps the game fresh to play. The game does drop on October the 28th and is going to be available on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. Last time the game was only available on Xbox One and PC, so it's going to be open to a wider audience now, which is good for all those people on PlayStation. However, like I said guys, I really do think you should go ahead and buy Battlefield 1 if you have a tight budget to work with. However, if you do have the money to go and buy a few games, then I'd really advise picking this up, as I do think it's going to be a really good game and enjoyable to play, and hopefully there'll be a beta to play so you can see if the game is any good before you go and buy it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit like button down below. I'm going to be covering loads more of E3's news and content that's going to be coming out. Loads more of the titles that are being released are going to be shown here on my channel. I'm just going to make sure that you guys are up to date with everything that is being released in E3. The Xbox press conference now starts in 30 minutes, so I'm going to go off and watch that, see what games they've got to announce. I don't know if Watch Dogs is going to be part of that show, but if it is, I'll be sure to make a video on that. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you guys in my next video.